All right. We got a big day today with CPI and Powell speaking. I expect Powell to be a little dovish today. We'll see how dovish though. I think that'll impact how we move forward. So the ECB did cut rates, but we're about 30 seconds away from CPI. So let's see what CPI comes out as. I think if we hit it, if we hit expectations and forecasts, I don't think the market will move too much. It hasn't shown too much excitement lately. But if we beat it, if we're hot, I think the market's gonna tank. Honestly. All right, looks like we got it coming in. Oh, it's soft. It is soft. I think it was updated there for a second. Come on, let me try to reload. Let me reload. Yeah, we were 0. Holy crap on CPI. Come on. It was up. I think it was 3.3 for year over year. I don't know what core came in as. I didn't see core come in. What is going on? Come on. June missed by 0.2. So that would be 2.4 year over year, like annualized. So what we have been waiting for is we've been waiting for housing to kind of show up in this inflation data because it is about 6 to 12 months, depending on the metric. Wow, they all missed. Okay, core CPI 3.4. That wasn't a huge miss. That was a mild miss. I don't think the market's going to get too excited about that number, but missing 0.2 on the core CPI month over month, that is good. 0 for the full CPI. That is good. Let's see how the market's responding to that. Wow, the market loves it. The market absolutely loves it. We're up 2% on Bitcoin, 2% on Ethereum. Remember, we still got to break these all-time highs here. Let's see. The S&P's up 0.8%, 80 basis points. The Qs are up 1. And the dollar. So this is why Bitcoin and crypto in general has been tanking lately. So the dollar has been just super strong. But you see the dollar likes that. It's been weakening. And what happened was the ECB, so the U.S. hasn't. So disparity between the U.S. and I think the euro, and that disparity strengthens the dollar. So usually in business cycles, or economic cycles, the ECB historically cuts rates last or after the U.S. That leads to dollar weakening when the U.S. cuts first. So I think that's why we saw that big push up. There were some other rumors, but I think that was the most likely cause of that. So we'll see what Powell comes in and says. Let's see if how long Bitcoin likes this, because sometimes these, when we get this news, it comes in as bullish and then reverts. So let's see how much of a push we can get. I would like to see this continue for like 15 minutes or so, but that's pretty big green candle. Let's see if it can hold that. And let's go back and look at some more details on the CPI report. Let's try to dive in and see if it, what led to these numbers. So let's see if we can get the PDF. All right. So CPI 0, 0.3 to 0. Sometimes you're like, do I believe these numbers? But we did see the same. We kind of saw the same drop off here in August last year, and pretty sure I said this before. I thought that inflation was just a bounce because a lot of it was due to that housing lag. All right, let's look. Unadjusted 12 months ending. Let's see. Do they have month over month? Let's see what the big boys are here. So gasoline is down significantly. That is good. Makes it cheaper, which is surprising, right? Because usually in the summer we see oil prices go up, right? So because people go on trips, they drive to go on trips, so usually we see that go up. So let's see. I kind of want to see what oil has been doing the last month. So it has bounced back. But we did, yeah. So we are seeing that. I don't know if you can see that, but we did see that drawdown from kind of the peak there in April. There's kind of like a high there. It didn't really get priced into last month, but it seems like it is getting priced into this month's CPI report. So that's good. That's good. What else? What else went down? Month over month, apparel went down. We had that hot month in April for apparel. That was kind of strange. What else? Looks like used cars have had a little rebound. Maybe people are buying vehicles. Shelter is still up. What else did we get? Let's see if we can find some more details on housing. See if housing what's driving this decrease in CPI. Energy, oil definitely is. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much like all fuels, anything oil based, which makes sense because oil prices did go down. Energy overall went down negative 0.2. Like I said, vehicles. Let's see, where's housing at? Come on, housing. Food. What did food do? I've seen some like circumstantial evidence that housing or food prices have gone down. People posting that they're paying a little less for food. Beef. What's for dinner? Overall, food was up 0.1. Looks like there's kind of a mix. Bread and wheat went up, but poultry went down. Not poultry, eggs. And seafood, a little movement on seafood. All right. I'm really curious in housing. Let's get to housing. What's up, Brad B? What's your question on Art Block? All right, there we go. Housing. So housing went up 0.2. It's higher than it has been. Huh. I'm curious to see what Fowl or what Fowl. I'm curious to see what Powell says today, and you gotta think that PPI is their preferred metric, but you gotta think this has some sort of impact on their on their decision today, even though the decision was made last week. But they should have the data, at least a hint of what the data will be early. Let's see. What am I searching for? Core. So yeah, good data on the CPI. That's good to see. Oh, don't do that to me. All right, let's go back to economic calendar. What else? We're getting anything else important today? Crude oil inventories. And then at noon, we get the Fed rate decision. So I don't think they're going to drop rates. That would be surprising if they dropped rates. It would make the market really frothy, but would be really good for crypto. I think what they'll do, and I really have no evidence on this, but I think what they do is they fully decrease their quantitative tightening, and then I think Fed kind of gives hints about what he's going to do in the future as far as interest cut rates being on the table for the rest of the year. Let's look at the chart so I can kind of show you, because if this trend continues, right? I mean, he previously said he needed like 2 to 3 months worth of soft inflation data to feel better about feel good about cutting rates. He needed some sort of proof that inflation was coming down. But so I don't think he's going to cut rates this time, this month. But there's also a meeting in July, and then there's one in September. And rate cuts are priced in for there's a pretty high chance of rate cuts being priced in for September. Yeah, it was good data. So I'm still not super bullish with breakout of consolidation at this point, but it's the first good CPI report we've had in months. I don't think this chart hasn't updated yet, but it should be down here around like 2.4, which is starting to which showing this is like a little bit of a bounce, which is what we need. But yeah, you see this. I guess what I wanted to show you here was we had this nice decrease in CPI, and then starting, when was it, like February, January, it kind of just bounced. This is year over year, and you've got to think, you've got to look at like how this the month over month is kind of diluted into the year over year. So even though we got 0 on CPI, it's still got to bake out that 3.4 we had last month. So it's going to take a little while to do that. And then PPI is a little usually, well, it's smaller, it's lower, right? I guess the internet's not working. So Bradby, if you got any specific questions about our block, I could totally answer them. We can look at the chart real quick. I like our block. We just saw that big, we saw a lot of softness in everything, recently, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So no surprise that we've got a little weakness in altcoins too. And we do see some bearish divergence on the chart here. But it's been really, really strong. Our block's been a really good play for me. And I went in pretty heavy on our block, probably because I liked Mao, Robert Mao, the founder. He's a character, but I think he's got a good product he's put out. So we see a nice wick down to the bottom here on this candle. This is kind of the fear. We got this. I came across this dude, Zuran. He's been super bearish on Twitter, and he seems to flip pretty quickly. But he did call that. I think he was looking at perpetuals and the premium on perpetuals, and he saw that the market was kind of about to take a little crash. So. Here you have Hendrik. He's a macro guy. He's calling for rate cuts by July, and I don't disagree with him. I don't think we're gonna see any sort of cuts this month, but if we continue to get soft, there's two things, right? The two mandates that the Fed has: employment. They want to keep maximum employment, and also inflation. And their target has been inflation 2%. But because we're coming down quickly and starting to see some weakness in employment data, which I don't think I covered. I might have covered some of it on some of my live streams, but let's look at employment just to see, just to show you what I'm talking about here. But unemployment rate has been. Look at that. It's been curving up. And you might be like, oh, okay, no big deal. Like, we're only up from, a portion of I think it was 3.4% unemployment is what we're at the bottom here. Maybe it's 3.3. And now we're up at 4%. You're like, yeah, big deal. But when you look back at previous recessions, you start to get a little curve up of unemployment. So that's going to be on the Fed's radar. And they're not going to want to be too tight going into a soft economic period. So they're paying attention to that. And they could use the combination of unemployment increasing and the rates finally starting to show some. Sorry, the inflation starting to show some more softness. They might actually be a little more proactive to cutting rates, but we'll find out a lot more today. So, Brad B, if you've got any specific questions, about our block, happy to take a look. I wanted to look at so I saw this tweet from Chase last night about their predictions on what the markets would do if, depending on what rates came in at. So, or inflation came in at. I want to see how accurate it was because I mostly agreed with it, but I didn't put targets. They put actual targets to the percentage of how much the market was going to respond. And I think they said it was going to be. Let's search CPI, see if we can find it. I think they said it. There it is. All right, so they said CPI month. Okay, so they didn't do core; they just did CPI. So they said core was. They didn't do core. So below 2, the market's going to gain 1.75 and 2.5%. Well, we'll see. I'm assuming by U.S. stock market they mean the S&P. Yeah, S&P 500 reaction. That's the one-day implied move for the index. Did they use like some sort of the probability of that was 2.5%? Wow. I'm wondering if they use some sort of options data for that. Yeah, BTC is still liking that 69 on BTC and 3,600 on Ethereum. This is really good. Like we needed this to keep this rally going because we had kind of a pause in that rally, right? We almost had crossovers here. I guess it depends what the Fed does, right? It depends what Powell says. But if he's able to keep this momentum into the close of the week, then this rally stays on track because we had a little touch of the stochastic RSI. And I think if we cross over here, it's not going to be. So I misspoke last time. I said that altcoins would be screwed if IWN had that crossover. My point, what I meant to say was that it would delay. It would continue the consolidation at least, right? Doesn't mean that I don't think that altcoins are going down if IWM's weak. But it's funny, we see the same action between small caps and stock in the markets. So that's something to keep in mind. Ethereum's losing, or BTC is losing ground now. Let's look at it on the 5 minute. So yeah, liked it for a bit. That might be the max reaction we see. Ethereum likes it more. Ethereum's up 3%. Wow. Well, it's nice to see that good report. SPY and Qs are down. I think this uptrend though continues into the day. I think we're gonna open up the market and continue up, but oftentimes when the market's up into the open, recently you've seen a nice decline. But I think with this good data, I think that'll support a continued rally throughout the day. But we'll see. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. Did you see that? IWM's up 2% pre-market. 2%. Holy smokes! Wow. Yeah, OGPU's doing good. Heck yeah. You saw the RSI starting to bottom here, right? Stochastic RSI looks good. We still got to get a nice crossover on the daily here. Oh wow, it's 82 cents. Dang. When I woke up, it was like 60 something. Wow. Look at that. Jeez. I guess people are feeling more comfortable getting putting their money in the markets with the good CPI report. And looks like we bottomed out on RSI here. This has been a pretty big level for the RSI on the 4 hour. I noticed that we've had some nice support on the RSI and OGPU. It's really good structure. Even on the 1 hour, the 2 hour, yeah, we didn't even hit that. I think the 1 hour we've been using the 30 line as support. Yeah, so that's awesome. Nice. I know there's been like a big whale buying OGPU too. I think he's got art block. He's got like a $7 million wallet or something. So it's good to see support of some big guys. He's probably got some friends he'll bring in. But yeah, I just wanted to cover that CPI report. Oh man, what else do I got? Oh, one thing I noticed yesterday that I wanted to point out. This might be a little convoluted, but we're gonna look at it. So what I want to do total others, which is the total altcoin market. Here we go. Let's give ourselves a line. Let's go to the monthly. So I saw this data. So look, one other thing, the RSI on altcoins has yet to get above the 70 line. I think that's one major sign that we're not done with this altcoin rally. I expect to get at least up to, I'd expect to get up to like 90s here, but at least up to the mid 80s on the RSI on the monthly. At that point, I'll probably start, pairing out some of my positions. And what else? Oh yeah, let's throw. I wanted to show you what happens at the peak of the Now, previously, I had said that I think, or I'd heard that. Sorry, I'm trying to find the line. Ethereum. Oh, there's Ethereum. So previously, I'd heard a lot that like, okay, like Bitcoin. I might have said it too. Bitcoin tops before altcoins, and there's evidence for that. So right here, Bitcoin. Where's Ethereum? Okay, Bitcoin altcoins topped the same time this cycle. That was at the 17th cycle, and then a month later, actually, you can see it better the weekly. A month later, it was Ethereum. All right, here we are, 17. So altcoins is the blue line. So Bitcoin top, then we had 1, 2, 3 weeks, and Ethereum, which was most of altcoins, and altcoins peaked. All right, let's look at 2021 because we had that little peak there. So Bitcoin tops right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, Ethereum tops and altcoins. All right, let's look at 2022. Bitcoin tops, Ethereum tops, altcoins top. Now, why would it be different? Well, I have this theory that centralized exchanges didn't really exist in 2017. I mean, they did, but most people were using like wallets, right? So, I think what's going to happen is I think this cycle we're going to top at the same time, because if you look at the correlation here, I mean, the correlation, like small caps will do better later. That's still true, I think. But I think that what we're going to see, because of all the centralized exchanges, and makes it a lot quicker to move money, and makes like people just have it, on their apps. I mean, you can exchange in your wallet on your apps too, but the market just becomes much more liquid because the user interfaces are better. And you don't have to pay the same amount of gas. It's just a lot less frictionless. So I think what we're going to see is these markets move more closely together. And I don't expect a huge gap between tops this cycle. So, oh man, the whole time. Oh boy, the screen's off. Man, I need to drink my coffee. Thanks, Kylie. Appreciate you. All right, let's look at it again. All right, so we've got, I think that's the second time I've done that. So we've got Bitcoin in orange. We've got Ethereum in green, and blue. We've got others, which is the total crypto market cap minus the top 10. So representation of all the altcoins. So here we see Bitcoin topping in 2017. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 weeks later, altcoins and Ethereum top. 2021, Bitcoin tops. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, altcoins top. 2022, though, they top on the same week. And you can see the movement, like the peaks and the troughs are almost perfectly correlated since then. So my thesis is that with the adoption of centralized exchanges, that the markets are more liquid, basically. So I expect that we see the tops happening at the same time. And this is very, very, very similar to the stock market and what you see with between large caps and small caps in the stock market too. So I think it's gonna, this cycle we top out at the same time too. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, let's see. The other thing I like is we still got a nice trend here on the RSI. We don't see any evidence on this is just for the others, for the altcoins. We don't see any evidence that we won't see another RSI peak here. So, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see like a high RSI, then higher prices and a lower RSI. So that's healthy. No, I guess I'm saying I think it's gonna they're gonna top out at the same time. So I think Bitcoin and altcoins are all gonna top out at roughly the same time. Now, one difference I noticed is in the 2022 cycle is you get something like Solana, and Solana was like a late bloomer. So I might make a special play on like any micro caps I had that I think could be big, like OGPU. So you saw Solana do really well into, I think it got, scale's not up there, but looks like that's a couple billion. So it did really well up into that peak. And that's a true peak. The next one's a bounce, unfortunately. But then on the bounce, Solana did extremely well. And I think that, we might see something similar because, when the stock market crashes, it always bounces. So if we do end up going into recession, then there'll be a bounce. So I might hold a little lottery coins into a bounce. I think I did listen to does anyone listen to Raoul Pal at all? He's got interesting theory on how liquidity, plays into the markets. I'm kind of of the mind that, because of economic data and economic indicators, we'll see a repeat of the cycles that occur when you see yield curve declines. So we will see some sort of softening and weakness in the market and a recession. But I do think that the only thing that changes that has the power to change that is money printing and QE. So it doesn't have to be QE. It could be like a repo facility. It could be something similar. We'll still see softness in the market, but I do think that the Fed can affect the market by printing money, and it just debases us, right? So I think it's going to be an interesting year. I'm kind of excited to see. U.S. Raoul Pal. Yeah, I like him. I never really bought into his theory, but I gave it a good listen because he did upload his like full theory recently, and in-depth theory with with his presentation showing how PMIs correlate with correlate with liquidity in the market. The only thing I don't like about it is that the PMI is it's like I see the correlation, but it's just a correlation. And like structurally with the, it doesn't address the concerns of like the consumer. And if the consumer gets hit, they're not gonna spend as much money. And we're a consumer-driven economy, so we would need some sort of intervention from the government. But he's got a lot of good points about how the government, the Fed, debases our currency. Right, that's some excellent work that he's done there. I am curious about the 1929 stock market crash or 1920s. Because I think what happened in the 20s was, I think there was a big bounce leading up to the 29 stock market. I'm not saying this is what's happening now. I just like to study history, right? See if there's any basis for it. No, you're good, man. You see a meme coin and AI narrative this bull run. What do you mean by, do you mean meme coin with AI? Because that's already like meme coin AIs coins, because there are already a bunch of meme coins that have AI. All right, so in the 20s, yeah, we saw a big run up. Yeah, this is my point here. This is what I was thinking. And who knows if we play out like this, but we had a big run up in equities, and then we had a nice bounce here, and we just went to the moon after that. So I was curious. See what I don't know structurally what there is to reproduce that, but these were super overvalued stocks at the time. Really high PE ratios. Definitely an AI narrative this bull run. It's already happening. If you're talking about in general, like utility AI, there's tons of utility AIs. I got, if you're on the newsletter, I sent out a newsletter on a AI narrative that I'm looking at. And then I've also got the video coming out here shortly. But yeah, meme coins are in a rally right now. I think we see that rally of specific coins continue. Look at that, Bitcoin holding, nice. Ethereum's looking stronger than Bitcoin. That's awesome. That's good for alts. And you saw alts are up like 5% total market. So this could be the catalyst, guys. This could be the catalyst. Now Powell's just gotta support this. They've got to. He's got to support the rally. Let's see what he does. Man, I can't believe that. Okay, so yeah, you're also starting to see 2-year Treasury yields kind of get some. This is the price, so the yields are going down, which is what we need to see. This is what you usually see into recession, but. Meme coins and AI, yeah. I mean, meme coins always pump, but I think meme coins are bigger this time because of Solana. It makes it very easy for anyone to make a coin, right? So that market is massive. I do think that there is probably going to be a little bit of rotation. People will take profits in the meme coins, or they'll just be frustrated because they keep losing money in meme coins and rotate into utility later on. I don't have any strong evidence for that. That's just circumstantial based on what I thought I felt like was going on last cycle. So yeah, Turbo's crazy. That was a good call by Crypto John. Old Turbo. Let's take a look at Turbo just for fun. Dang, look at that. That's wild. That's massive. That's massive. And if you look at stock market too, they have some hints on what will happen with meme coins, because meme coins in the stock market, they kind of get really hot at first in rallies, and then they kind of cool off a little bit. But I think crypto meme coins are a little different. You get guys holding crypto meme coins like Doge. People are still holding Doge. I've got a friend who's like a Doge maxi. I give him crap for it, but he likes it. So yeah. What any projects you guys are looking at? You want to throw them in the chat? Anything you're interested in? I can take a look at real quick. But yeah, we're gonna look at OGPU again because it's looking good. Let's turn back on the candles. Oh wow, yeah, up 8.3. Nice. That's a great candle. Let's see if it can hit this. So if you look in the past, it did a couple green weeks and then a red week. Let's see if it can keep this green week going. I think it will. With that CPI data, I think it can. So that's great. Solana's up a bunch too. Yeah. Altcoins are doing really well off the CPI data. So anything you're holding is probably doing well. Talk a little more about GPU. The one thing I think is funny is everyone coming into my comments on OGPU, like the guys trying to FUD it. I think that's entertaining. But something you got to expect in crypto, especially with small caps. Before they prove themselves. And I do like the founder of OGPU has been throwing out some pretty good updates recently. He got he's got the competition going. He showed that DEX. It sounds like they've got KYC scheduled. It's an interview process, so I imagine it's going to take some time. I don't think. I thought they would get a little quicker response in the interview there, but it is scheduled, and they do the yeah. I mean, if you know what else is interesting, if you look at I looked at this too yesterday. If you look at what the market does before, like the crypto market does before CPI data is announced, usually declines. So, and then the next day is a green day. So this is not out of the ordinary. The other thing is we've got Powell speaking today, so maybe he can pump us up some more. Pump it up. So it's good to see. Let's see what the VIX is doing. Now, this is a little weird. We're going to get a little VIX spike here, but it looks like as of right now, looks like VIX is on the decline. So that's good. We'll see what happens in the market opening. I'm expecting the market to run throughout the day, but like I said, you can't always predict it. The first 15 minutes will kind of tell you what we're gonna do. If we see some red, we'll probably see some red, some profit taking at the open, and then if we start to if we continue that decline after 15 minutes, then or get choppy, then I don't think we'll see a strong market in equities. But if we're able to stay green after 15 minutes, I think it'll be a really green day. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. If you got anything else you wanted to look at, last question. Yeah. Angus, that did everyone see Angus's comment? Only useful thing Warren is doing, she's talking about Elizabeth Warren, is telling the Fed to decrease rates. That is the most accurate comment I've ever seen. Bravo, man. Bravo. I could not agree more. Sorry, man. I totally ignored your comment about price prediction for Turbo. Man, I'm not a price prediction guy on meme coins because I'm much more of a fundamental guy. I think, at some point, I think I might start playing around in meme coins for fun. But in order to really do a price prediction, you have to understand what the inflows are going to be. So I think you'd have to understand how many people are going to promote it, what their marketing budget is. Maybe you could tie it to that. But even if you could get their marketing budget, you'd have to understand each of the KOLs that are going to push it. So it's tough. And then there's also organic discovery. When the price goes up, people on platform will look at it and be like, oh, wow, it's up 100%. I'm going to buy it. So it's just I think it's a lot tougher to predict those. And I don't think I have the skill set to do it, unfortunately, but maybe someday I'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks Angus for that comment. That was phenomenal. Made my morning. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all, and whoever watches this is going to get 20 minutes of no screen. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.